He didn't just isolate himself on the island of cookies. He spread his love around the world of cheesecakes. None other than, of course, where it all started with the New York style cheesecake. But in this configuration, you're getting 3 cheesecakes.
3.
You get 3 of the 3 New York cheesecakes, 3 of the classics, or 3 of the holidays. And we're going to be breaking down for you the flavors that you have. Now, the price on this, under $55 for 3 8-inch cheesecakes, all individually sliced, superbly made. Tell us what we're getting in either the classic, the New York, or the holiday.
Let's go through that first. So then now go through the ingredients of each one and you can really make up your mind. But I want you to know there's 3 choices, right? So you can go completely like traditional and do 3 New York style. If that's the one you choose, you will get our Brooklyn style New York cheesecake that are absolutely smooth and creamy, unlike anything you've ever tasted. And you can do your own toppings and have the 3 traditional.
On that note, we have fewer than 500 only. We have fewer than 500 for the entire country in the New York option.
Makes sense. That's a very, very popular choice. The other one is our classic choice. So this is where you will get 1 New York style. So you'll start off again with that traditional New York style Brooklyn cheesecake. However, then your second cheesecake is a triple chocolate cheesecake. Which
look at that.
I'm going to tell you right now is, you know, for chocolate lovers, this is the one for you. And then you're going to get 1 of our cherry cheesecake. And please notice it's like a swirl of cherries, whole cherries in there. We're not using like a puree. That's not even like a real cherry. This is real cherries swirled throughout. So that's your classic. Holiday, we're going to come over here for. Holiday is absolutely this time of year. You're gonna get the New York style cheesecake, that's your first one. Your second one is our apple walnut, which's got that light cinnamon on top, absolutely perfect for the dinner table. But I'll tell you what, the favorite one, say for your Christmas holiday or something like that, is gonna be the pumpkin caramel, which is your third one that you're gonna get. And pumpkin caramel for me, I have never seen a pumpkin cheesecake with caramel.
No.
And those two go together like 2 peas in a pod.
I was going to say, like diamonds and pearls. I mean, they're absolutely superb. Now, here are your 3 choices. You can go for 3 New York. You go for the classics that we showed before. Of course, that triple chocolate, that wonderful cherry, that amazing cherry swirl. Of course, the holiday option as well. Each of them, you're going to be getting at least 1 of the New York cheesecakes. But just out of interest, the holiday set right now, we have under 1,000 of those. You are getting 3, not little 5-inch or 6-inch. We're talking 8-inch cheesecakes.
Yes, these are 8 inches, and they're all pre-cut. So you do not have to worry about cutting these yourself. I want you to notice, I kind of make a mess when I do this for a reason. I want you to see how soft and how this just crumbles right down. And it's not grainy, our cheesecakes. The difference between a quality made cheesecake and one that's actually got cheaper ingredients is how well it actually just kind of rolls into the fork. So when you eat this, you're gonna notice it's more of a creamy, buttery texture as opposed to that, you know what I'm talking about. You put it in your mouth and it kind of has like almost like sugar in it or something. Like that you're tasting the granules. You won't have that with this. This is that high class, tasty, creamy cheesecake. Now, if you're looking at cheesecakes as an option, then this was our New York style that I was just showing you. If you're looking at cheesecakes as an option for your holidays this year, you will know if you go online or you go anywhere, cheesecakes can be...
You like waving this in front.
And he's like, I want to eat it. If you go online, you'll find cheesecakes for like $40, $50, $60 for one.
That is so smooth.
Okay, right?
I mean, it literally disappears on the tongue. And you put it on the tongue and just sort of melts over the tongue. That is superb.
Isn't that fantastic?
Wow.
Here's our apple walnut. And when I was talking about this, is at the top, they're actual chunks of apple. We've got the chunks of walnut in there as well with a little cinnamon. And then when you roll into this, again, it just smooths right out over the plate. I can run my fork along the side and you see how it just goes right with it. Terribly, terribly, and wonderfully creamy. You can't even like imagine how easy it just goes right across the fork, like beautiful. And you can taste that one or this one. I know I kind of usually get that one, but whichever you like. That's the apple walnut. So that's if you like that one, that's part of holiday.
Now, can I also say that this is pre-sliced, right? 12 slices. So this each cheesecake can serve up to 12 people.
Correct.
Right?
And they're pre-cut. So if you want to pull out, like maybe you're having people over and you're only going to have 4. So then you can pull out 4 pieces, let them defrost. Otherwise, keep this in the freezer. And this is our caramel pumpkin, which I can't wait for you to get to this one too, because you're going to just, this one makes your mouth drop big time, because this has it's almost like a mousse texture.
That's
with the
2
pumpkin.
for 2 right there.
Okay.
Sorry.
And then the caramel just finishes it off.
That is unbelievable. I have tried David's cookies before, right? The cookies are sensational. This is my first time trying. I promise you, I've never tried a slice of this cheesecake before. This is unbelievable. This is like going to a church sale. You know the church sale where the older members of the church have put together their best recipes?
Oh,
That's what you're buying.
Yeah.
You will not make a bad choice. This is 2 for 2. I'm going for 3 for 3.
Okay, now go for pumpkin.
I'm going in.
You know, once you taste these, you understand why we have, these do so well for us, why people keep coming back to our cheesecakes. And I'll tell you, to get 3 cheesecakes for what we're doing is just, you can't find that online. You can't find that anywhere. This is something we do for you at the holidays to give you the opportunity to try David's.
It's so smooth.
It's something we've just got it down. We've got that graham bottom. You've got that super creamy New York style, Brooklyn style middle. And again, here I want to point out, I was talking about how we do the full cherries. Please look, that's a whole cherry in there. There's another whole cherry in there that I can pick out. This is not like we're using a cheap syrup or something to give you a cherry flavor. There are actually whole cherries as you go through. So if you don't want to have to worry about any toppings and you just want it to come already with toppings and delicious, then look at the classic style, which is where cherry comes from. Here. Last one I'm going to talk about. I'm sorry that I'm going so fast. There's so many choices.
I was the youngest of 5 kids, all right? You understand I'm never going to pass up good food.
Like,
and
no.
this is the best food. Can I give you an update? We're under 400 now remaining for the triple in the New York style. Remember, you have the New York, the classic, or the holiday option. In the New York, where you're getting 3 New York style cheesecakes, all individually sliced, ready to go, 12 pieces, 12 servings in each. We have under 400. For all of you on the phone lines in the ordering system right now, there's 300 of you in the ordering system. So, sorry, continue.
No problem.
I'm going to try the...
And now, for me, I save the kind of best for last, because pumpkin caramel is I would say kind of equal to this one for me. When I want chocolate, it's triple chocolate all the way. So it has a forest cake bottom, and then we have the mousse middle, the chocolate mousse middle basically is what it kind of is, it's a cheesecake mousse kind of, and then we have our dark chocolate up at the top. So check this out. If I go here and I actually just roll right through it, you see how it just crumbles right in my fork. There is no fighting it. This is going to be super soft, super delicious. And what I love about this, when you get a chocolate cheesecake, the problem with the chocolate cheesecake is it can be too overwhelming or too decadent, and you'll get like a piece of it, but you can only eat maybe up to where I just stopped. Right. Because you go, I just can't do it anymore. It's too rich. Got it. It may taste great, but it's just too much. This is, you were talking about perfectly balanced. I think that's what David's always does so well. We make sure to perfectly balance the flavors so that it's not overly rich. Right. So taste that and tell me if you agree.
I will. I will agree. I mean, I will try.
I will try and I will agree. But you know, when you taste this, because of the way that we've done the chocolate cheesecake middle and then the top and the bottom, right? Perfect, right? You can eat that. It's not like going to be where you feel like, you know, oh, I'm
You're not overwhelmed. You're not overwhelmed.
Thank you. That is the right way to say it.
It's a symphony of flavors.
That's the right way to say it.
You know, if you think about, of course, we have the Giannis chocolates coming up later on, and they do an amazing dark chocolate marshmallow. You think, I don't know whether I could work with it. This has got the best blend and the best combination of that milk chocolate, the dark chocolate. You got texture. Again, you've got to have texture. I mean, if you didn't have texture, you just put everything in a blender and drink it down. Right. As you cut into this, you feel it. And then, of course, when you put it in the mouth, you taste it. Oh, hang on. What do we got here? Well,
so here's our New York style. So this is the one we started off with. So we're going to come back to it because in case you're looking at that classic, and I guess we don't have a lot of those left, you know, the reason folks like to get these makes sense. You can put your own toppings out so people can do different things. So if you want to do like a chocolate sauce, the cherries, you know, maybe put out some fresh cherry sauce, or maybe just do it exactly how it is. It's when you want to be a purist and you want to have the best cheesecake you possibly can. So that graham cracker bottom, that beautiful cheesecake middle with all those whole ingredients, and the little crumbles at the top just really sell it off. Like, it sets it off, it makes it decorative.
Are you the same as me? When you get to a restaurant, you go back, you flip the page right over and you go straight to the dessert section.
What am I going to have later?
Yeah. You know, the dessert section, you think, okay, I'm going to, that's where I'm steering my ship. I got to get to the dessert section first and see what's there. Because often when you look at this and you look at them and you think, okay, there's the cheesecake there. Oh, I've got to save space. That's what this is. This is the save space for. The best part is that because they're individually sliced and ready to go, you can just take one. You just take one, have it in the freezer, take one out, have it ready to go. But we are talking restaurant quality. We're talking about superb chefs who've taken hours upon hours to create this, and you've just brought it out of the oven, brought it out to your guests, and voila, hey presto, you got a choice. Now, I want to remind you of the 3 options that you've got right now. You're getting 3 8-inch cheesecakes. You have 3 flavor options, if you like. So you can do 3 of the traditional New York style, okay, in the way of the cheesecakes. Then we go for the classic, where you get 1 New York, you get 1 triple chocolate, over here to the right-hand side, guys, and then, of course, that cherry ripple. That one, look at whole cherries on top there. Then we go to the holidays. Now, again, we have fewer than 1,000 of these remaining right now.
Okay.
Obviously, you have the New York style there at the front. We then go to the apple walnut. Now, I have to say, I do like a little crunch. That one so far has topped the list for me.
That is cool, right? Because it does. It gives you a little crunch, and then you taste the apples. They're whole pieces of apples.
And then we have the pumpkin caramel. Now that, again, not overwhelming in any particular flavour.
Exactly,
it is a symphony. I use that description because if you think about a symphony, right, you think about all the different sections. It's not like crash, boom, bang, right? There's brought in very melodically, right? That's exactly what they've done with the flavours here. Look at this.
Look at the caramel at the top. This is our caramel that we placed at the top is all made at David's. We make sure to give you, I mean, you could even spread it out if you wanted to before you ate it like that, but you see how soft that is? That is exactly how it's coming to you. Even when we cross right into this is pure pumpkin pulp mixed in with our cheesecake. So what you're getting is not an unauthentic, you ever have like something that's a flavor and they just used a flavoring? It wasn't even the real deal.
And you know it straight away.
Exactly. You taste it on your taste buds immediately. You will not have that experience with David's because we are using the real ingredients. This is the highest quality cheesecake you can get. So what you need to think about is, are you going to be entertaining? Do you want to take off the pressure of worrying about dessert? All you have to do is pull these out. Even if you're a house of 1, you can take 1 slice out at a time and enjoy it when you're ready. These are good in the freezer for up to 6 months.
Fantastic.
So if you don't get to this right now, the deal of having 3 cheesecakes for 50,
I know, crazy.
It's crazy.
There's
phenomenal. Nowhere else to do that.
And remember, even if you've never shopped with us before, you only have to outlay that first flex pay. And you got extended returns until the end of January 2017. Even with consumables here at HSN. Think about that. So you can either go for the 3 New York, of course the classic with the triple chocolate, that ripple with the cherry, or of course you go with the holiday one, that apple walnut. You've got to try that. We're nearly 300 now, any of those remaining. Kerry, thank you so very much.
Thank you, Jeff.
Love it. So all available, your flex